Okay, this is the second part of me going over our syllabus, and this is just our weekly guide, what you can expect every single week. We'll go into more detail every week in Blackboard in the form of an announcement that I'll post every week. And the announcement will be me doing a video just like this, going through our Blackboard for that week and showing you what's in the lesson and what's due that week, clearing up any assignments or exams or anything like that. So this is just kind of a snapshot. More detail will occur every single week in the form of an announcement. I want you to make sure that you understand that everything that's listed on our syllabus and in Blackboard as far as due dates, those are Central Standard Time. And it's so important that you focus on that, because I had a student in one of my other classes this semester, and it was kind of funny. We have mock job interviews in one of my other classes, and we do those on Skype. So the students set up an appointment with me, and then they call in on Skype to me that day, and we do our mock interview. And I had a student call me exactly 1 hour before her appointment time. And I was kind of confused, and I actually had 2 other mock interviews scheduled during that time. I wasn't expecting her for an hour later. So I asked her, I said, "You know you're an hour early?" And she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm in New Jersey." So she was on a different time zone, and she didn't think about the time difference. So make sure that you're aware of that. We are in Arkansas, and we are Central Standard Time. So typically everything that you're going to see on your syllabus in Blackboard, that's going to be Central Standard Time zone. The due dates for this class are Wednesdays and Fridays, and they are due by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time each week. That time right there, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, that does not change for the entire semester. That's your time. And that's something I want you guys to be aware of. If you have a technical glitch at 11:58 p.m. Central Standard Time and you're not able to upload because of that technical glitch, then I'm sorry you waited that late to turn things in and that you procrastinated. At that point, if it's past this time, when it is submitted, Blackboard timestamps everything, so I know exactly when it's submitted. If it's past that time, at that point it's late, and you can only earn up to half credit. So again, I'm trying to be hard on you guys in this class so you'll get into the practice of getting things done early. Don't wait to the last minute to submit this stuff, because if something does happen, like a technical glitch, most of our faculty is not going to have mercy on you. Okay. So I think some of you might complain about this Friday deadline. You say you like working on the weekends. Well, you still have the weekends to work. Let's look at our calendar here. Okay, so here's our first week of class. It starts on Monday, March 13th right here. You have a deadline for your first post on the discussion board right here on Wednesday. And then you have to respond to one of your classmates by Friday. Okay, and then you'll also have one other assignment for this week, and it might take you 15 minutes tops. It's so easy, but it's pretty much just looking around our Blackboard site and answering a few questions about what you find in there, and then you upload that to Blackboard and submit it. This first week is so light. It is not even funny how light it is. At the end of the week, each week on Friday, that's when your deadline is. On midnight on Friday, in between Friday and Saturday, that midnight is when the next week's lesson becomes live in Blackboard. So you can start working on week 2 this Saturday. So you will have the weekends to work. You're just going to have to work. The weekends that you work on is going to be early. And that's a good thing too, because you'll have to start working on your assignments early if you want to use the weekend. So you can start working on week 2 this weekend. You will have the weekend to work, so there should be no complaints. You'll have the weekend to work. And that's a good thing, because you'll be starting early each week on all of the assignments. Okay, the only time you don't have the advantage of working on the weekend is week 1, and like I said, it's not going to be an issue because it's so light. You have one discussion board, and you have to answer 5 very simple, almost elementary questions and upload that to Blackboard. So that's not going to be a big deal. Okay, so let's look at our schedule. So what I want you to do week 1, really get yourself acquainted with this syllabus. I'm helping you by going through everything with this video. Make sure that you look at our class in Blackboard, click on everything, review everything, kind of click around and get familiar. And then I want you to watch all the stuff on the announcements. And I'll post a video every single week for the announcements. It's telling you what's required that week. And I want you to do that every week. I don't put that every single time for every week here on the syllabus, but get in the practice of reviewing your announcements every week so you will know what's going on and you will not fall behind. You'll also get into week 1, the module in Blackboard, and you'll go over the lessons. There'll be some how-to videos, some stuff to read, and then also go in and do the activities, which we know, I already told you, and we looked at the calendar, what the activities are for this week. You'll have a Blackboard discussion. Your first initial post is due, and this is just you introducing yourself, so it's not very difficult to write this. In fact, you might have already done it for some of your other classes. So your first initial post is due by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. and your follow-up post to one of your classmates is due by Friday, 11:59 p.m. And then this first assignment is called a Blackboard scavenger hunt. There's information about that in Blackboard, but that also will be due Friday at 11:59 p.m. So for every week that's listed, you can see the week right here, the dates for that week, what's expected for you to do throughout the week, and your deadlines for anything that's due that week, along with the assignment that's due. The second week of class is spring break. So have fun that week, and then you can kind of continue on with the rest of it. Now, I did tell you, and this is a fact, you will be on spring break that second week of class. So let's go back and look here. This is the first week of class. Second week of class, we're out for spring break. But I'm going to go ahead and make week 2 available to you on Saturday the 18th. So you can actually get everything done for the week of the 26th, which is week 2. You can get that done early through spring break if you want to. It is your break, so if you decide that you want to take a break, that's totally up to you. But if you want to work ahead a whole entire week, you can, because week 2 will be available for you. So you can kind of see it looks very similar for each week. Review the lessons, review the activities. Here are your deadlines for everything that's in Blackboard. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but I want you to print this out. Put these dates in your calendar, in your planner, whatever you use to keep on top of things, because these are pretty much set in stone. I'm not going to change these throughout the semester. And I also have the right to alter the syllabus to meet the goals of this class. I'm probably not going to take away any assignments or quizzes. These are kind of set in stone. The only thing I might do is add maybe some extra discussion boards or something like that. It's very unlikely. But just know I can change it if I need to. And if I do, I will make sure to let you know in the announcements for that week when we go over everything. So again, I know, just want to address that concern one more time. Let's look at the calendar. First week of class, you have from Monday to Friday to get one discussion board done and a very small, minor assignment that's just teeny tiny. Other than that, for the rest of the semester, you will have the weekend to work on everything that you need to, because every Friday night at midnight, the next week will become available. So from Sunday to Saturday to the next week, you can work on it. But you will have the weekend to work on every single week if you choose to do so. So don't think that I'm trying to take your weekends away from you. They're still going to be there. If you have any questions about our syllabus, anything that I've covered, what's required of you, please let me know. And you can just email me and I can answer your question through email.